If everyone is Brahman, then why is Krishna special? By Krishna's mercy. Kshetrajyam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharat. Kshetra kshetra gyor jnanam yatta jnanam matam mam. Quote, O scion of Bharata, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its owner is called knowledge. That is, my opinion. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 13-3.
The following argument was presented to me recently. It was in response to sharing a verse from Bhagavad-gita, where Sri Krishna describes how the fools never understand him properly. Yes, I am aware of the irony to the situation, as you will see it develop. In discussing this verse, the person I was talking to had a response along the following lines. Surely Krishna is to be respected. He is Brahman. He is a Brahman-realized individual. He is something like a prophet. However, due to the Advaita principle, everyone else is Brahman as well. This is the meaning to non-dual. By definition, Advaita is the lack of Dvaita. The principle negates duality. That is the meaning to Brahman, that everything is part of a singular collective. This person then argues that for anyone to say they are superior, that they are higher than anyone else, is inherently wrong. This is because one spark of Brahman can never be different from another. Based on this logic, the fact that Sri Krishna calls others fools for not recognizing him indicates a flaw. It is a defect. In essence, Krishna is wrong. What is the proper response? We are all Brahman, right? Advaita means that we are non-different from divinity. I believe Advaita is one way to describe the Supreme Lord also. Krishna is Advaita, along with Achyut, Anadi, and a host of other Sanskrit terms that are negations of commonly experienced factors in duality.
If choosing a humorous approach as the initial response, we could say that since Krishna is Brahman, he can never be wrong. To be wrong means that it is possible to be right. The Sanskrit terms to describe these pairs are guna and dosha. Goswami Tulsidas reveals that this pair is actually created by Hari, who is God. Duality is part of the Maya controlled by Hari. Only Hari can remove that illusion. Hari Maya Krit Dosh Gun Binu Hari Bhajan Na Jahi. Bhajiya Ram Sab Kam Tajiyas Bichari Man Mahi. Quote, good and bad, which are part of the illusion created by Hari, cannot be removed without worshipping Hari. Keeping this in mind, worship Rama and renounce all desires. Dohavali 127. Of course, if by identifying with Brahman every person is pure and without flaws, then it means no one can be wrong about anything. Therefore, to say that Krishna is wrong is by itself wrong. To offer instruction to anyone, to teach a child how to speak, how to read, how to drive a car, how to avoid the dangers of addiction to drugs and alcohol, all such instruction is invalid. This is because even the child is Brahman. Therefore, the child has an inviolable nature of truth and light. In all seriousness, we see that it takes only a few seconds to dispel such sophistry. Everyone is indeed Brahman, but there is a reason that we require instruction. We have fallen victim to illusion, which is known as Maya. We need help. If we were always Brahman, if we're always in the state of divine realization, we would never require something called realization. It is in this very category that Krishna makes the stipulation. Krishna is never under illusion. Since he is always in what can be compared to the Brahman state, he is known as Para-Brahman. This is a distinction with a notable difference. He stands supreme over others. It is out of his causeless mercy that the one who is Advaita decides to roam through a world full of Dvaita in order to help those who are suffering. In this interaction, Krishna is not affected. He is never under the control of Maya, rather, he controls Maya. A single verse from Bhagavad-gita serves as the proper refutation, putting to rest any lingering confusion. This shloka falls within the context of describing the difference between the knower and the field. We are all living in something that is like a field, kshetra. We are different from this field, as evidenced by the ever-changing body. We were once in a field that resembled a child. Today, we are in the field of an adult, and after departing we will end up in another kind of field. Dehinosmin yatha dehe, kaumaram yovanam jara, tatha dehantar praptir, dhiras tatra namuhyati. Quote, as the embodied soul continually passes, in this body, from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 2:13. Since we are different from the field, we have a different position. We are the knower of the field. We are the kshetragya to the kshetra. This is not difficult to understand. At the same time, our range of observation is limited. We are the knower only inside of our respective field. You are the kshetraj inside of your kshetra. Perhaps in the case of an advanced mystic yogi, they can reveal certain details about ourselves that only we would know, but that range of perception still has its limits. Sri Krishna is also kshetrajya, but inside of all fields. This is how we know he is the Supreme Lord. There is only one universal knower. If we know nothing else about God, about where he lives, about what he might look like, about how he might choose to behave, we can know him in truth by understanding that he knows everything, everywhere and all the time, through his role as the universal kshetraj. In closing, whereby limited is my perception, to say all the same is deception. Because even if, as Brahman known, limitations to potency shown, Sri Krishna with different standing, as the only one understanding, from the universal knower to call, privy to the fields pertaining all.